Hi guys, how are you? Today I'm going to teach you how to do a triple clap push-up, and in fact the trick which I'm going to tell you in this video can be translated to all the explosive push-ups you can learn. So keep watching the video till the end so that you will have a clear understanding of how you should train for these movements injured free. You will gain more results from following the steps sequentially. So before starting any movement, warming up is an essential prerequisite. So first of all, for these movements, all you're using is most of your hands. So that would be wrists take a lot of load in explosive push-ups. So first we'll warm up the wrist. General wrist rotations will do 10 to 15 reps of your general wrist rotations. These 10 of these. Then reverse your wrist and slowly extend. Don't push yourself too hard. It will be painful in the beginning, but the more you do wrist warm-ups, the better you'll get at eventually. Do side presses, few knee finger push-ups, knee clap push-ups. So generally you can follow any wrist warm-up routine, but if you don't find any good ones in the internet, you can just follow this. Then do few shoulder rotations so that your shoulders are warmed up too, and do your general warm-up before training any explosive movements, because your joints will take a lot of load. Obviously you should be able to do a push-up, so not just a regular push-up, you should be able to do a full range of motion with good tempo and proper form. I'll show you how to do a good push-up so that you'll be conditioned enough for the explosive push-up, especially the triple clap push-up. So you don't want a half range push-up like these. Even if you do 50 of these, it doesn't count. First get to a proper push-up that would be shoulder width apart and your scapula is protracted. If you don't know what that means, this is depressed, this is protracted. So scapula protracted, completely down and up, completely down and up. Go for quality greater than quantity. So get these push-ups up to at least 10 to 15 with ease, around an RP of 6 to 7, which is pretty easy. After getting these push-ups to 10 to 15, you're ready to go for the next step. The biggest advice I can give is finish the steps sequentially, because that will yield greater results than jumping right into the next step. The next thing you want to work on is your explosiveness. And always remember, the more muscle mass you have and the better conditioned you are, the less injuries you can have in these movements, these explosive movements. And it is always better to condition well before training all these. So see that you got the 10 to 15 push-ups down, then progress to the next step. Doing knee clap push-ups. So go down, front clap and down, front clap and down, clap. So if you aren't able to do these properly, then you definitely missed out first step. If you are genuinely putting effort in your first step, getting those 10 to 15 reps perfectly in that push-up position, then this would be a piece of cake for you. But still train these for at least 20 reps easily. You should be able to do 20 of these easily so that your wrists and everything are properly conditioned. The next step in this process would be find an elevated surface. First go with far easier elevated surface. From here, do the push-up and push, clap and fall back. So try getting used to this motor pattern so that your body understands what you're trying to do. Now on a daily basis, start doing this everywhere. I mean everywhere. This is what I used to do. So let's say you progressed with this height. This is pretty easy for you now. Now you can go on to the next elevation. Maybe you can do something which is a bit lower. Push. Pretty simple. Then after you are able to do these comfortably, then move on to the next elevation, which would be somewhere like this, or you can use your bed as well, or any table or your sofa or your couch. So but see that you're careful with this, because the faster you drop your elevation, the harder it gets. See that you're reducing your height incrementally, not pushing it too hard. Now let's get into the step. Training the hip hinge. So let me explain what is the hip hinge. So whenever you're doing a traditional explosive push-up, whenever you see, let me show you a triple clap push-up. If you can see, I piked my hips. So I kind of hinged my hips so that I'll get more air time. Then I can do whatever I want with my hands. So even you can do a quad clap push-up if you can clap fast enough. That is the main trick which is done for every explosive push-up. Even for Superman push-up, you hip hinge and then you extend and then you push through the air. So push, get some air time and go back. Push, fight, get some air time and go back. Push down, and when you're pushing up, try to slide your toes in front of you and push through your hands and get some air time and then fall back again. A big trick is try to wear socks or do it on any flat surface so that your legs will slide. That is a major plus point while doing these. So after getting your triple clap push-up on an elevated surface till your knee, then you're almost ready to go. Then comes your attempt. Remember this, whenever you're attempting any explosive movements or the movements which you are not familiar with and are not in your control, see that you have a controlled environment. What I mean by controlled environment is I am doing near a very soft padded grass. So even if I fall on my face, it's not going to hurt as much as I fall on concrete. But a major suggestion I would give is try on an elevated surface, not too much. If you can see from here to here, there is a slight elevation, right? So try on an elevated surface like this, especially grass or any sand area where you are. Now push on your fill, slide up, hike and go back. To get to this point, you should be able to do all the previous points. Just like I'll always tell, pass your first grade, then go to second grade, then third grade. Do the same process here. It always works. People will tell you there'll be easier way to do this, but easier ways always fail. This is how I learned. So this is what I know and what I'm teaching. Now coming to the actual ground, keep all these cues in mind. Hands shoulder width apart in a good push-up position. So the first time when you're attempting on the ground, be careful like I've told you. So this is how you should proceed. There might be different ways to get to this, but from my experience, this is one of the easiest way to build up your strength to a triple clap push-up. And the hip hinge technique, like I've mentioned, would be helpful in all the explosive push-ups. So try it out. And if you want more tutorials like this and general fitness content, do let me know in the comments below. My name is Sujit and I train calisthenics. Thank you.